Alright, so I got a possum here. I'm going to be skinning, flushing, and stretching them up. So the first thing I did was I got the tail in the vise here. I'll be working at the legs here first. So take my knife here, start from the heels. I'm going to go up to the tail, just like a muskrat. My dad got this one in a bucket set. Alright. So now what I do is I just go straight across right below the vent, connecting these two lines. Because you're going to be cutting out this whole area to make your window anyways. So I just cut out, make a slice there. And now I'm going to go behind where I made these two cuts, connect them, and cut it off from the tail. So I'll just cut around the tail. Alright, just like that. Pull it down a little bit. Now we'll start working around these back legs here. So I'll pull down this back piece. Start pulling down the front piece. Possums are pretty easy to skin out. I'll cut the foot here. Cut this other foot. And now I'll just start by pulling it down to the head. Trim a little bit of this in the front. This is a female, so it's got a pouch here. So you'll probably cut into that. It's pretty hard not to. I cut into it a little bit there, but you'll be cutting that out anyways for your window. So I'll just start by pulling this down. Unlike my coon, I leave this in the vise. I don't hang it up on the gambrel. Alright, so get into the front feet here. I'm going to slice this little bit of meat here that's hanging. Just be careful so you don't cut in the hide. Their hide is pretty thin. It's not real strong. Nothing like a coon. Alright, so to these legs, I'll just start by working my thumb around them. And then I'll pull them out. Do the same thing like you do with a coon. You'll pull it to the front joint here, the palm joint. You'll take your knife, and I'll cut right in front of where the end of the paw, the fingernails stick out at. Do the same thing on this side. Pull to the front joint and cut right in front of the paw. I take my other skinning knife here, sharpen it up quick. I'll start working out this head. Alright, so just go all the way around, cutting everything that's holding it on. Just like any animal, they be coming to the ears. There's an ear. There's another ear right here. I'm coming to the eyes. You can see both eyes are right there. Just make sure you cut far enough back. You don't want to big eye them. Then you can cut off the bottom jaw. I'll do that right now. Put my knife in and cut right at the bottom of the jaw. Cut it off. I'll just pull it to the nose now, and it'll cut straight off. So there, we got the possum all scun out. Pretty quick and easy. So now we'll move on to fleshing them, and then we'll put them on a board. Alright, so I got them on the beam now. I just do the same thing that I do with most of my animals, like the coon and the rat, the mink. I'll put the foot up, I'll work the side, I'll flip them over and do the other side. Again, I'll be using my necker, and you just gotta work from the ears down, just like anything else for the most part. Possums are fairly easy. Up here by the head, you'll probably have to use your sharp edge a little bit. Just be careful with them. They're nothing like a coon. Their height is not strong. After you get started there, you can see it just scraping off real nice with the dull edge. Work it down to the front paw like that. Now I'll bring them up, stick that paw right into the end of my beam. Looks like I got a little hole there. It won't be too big of a deal. Start by scraping it all off the dull edge. Just don't scrape too hard, because they are fragile. If you do end up getting too big of a hole in your possums, just throw it out. They're not worth much. If you get a big hole in there, they won't buy it. But you can see this is the pouch. This is a female. Don't worry about that. That's all going to be cut out. So now we'll flip them over to the other side, the other bob. Get started with the sharp edge. Shave away this cheek meat area, ear meat or whatever it is. And go back to the dull edge. It scrapes off nice and easily. Put that arm back into the end of the beam. Scrape around it. Scrape it down. That looks pretty good. Move on to the belly. Not a whole lot here. So you basically, when you do the sides, you basically get most of it. Looks like it's a little tough. I'll get started with the sharp edge. Then I'll just scrape it off with the dull edge. Again, you don't have to worry about the pouch area. I'll flip them over on the back. Work the ears down. Again, start it with the sharp edge. You should be able to just scrape it off with the dull edge for the most part. Back's a little bit tougher, but pretty much it'll just scrape right off with the dull edge anyways. Move them up these sides here. A little bit on this side. Scrape that. Scrape this whole tail area down, because you won't trim that off, you'll leave that on. So now I'll take a look at them. I think we got them all good. Yep, that looks pretty good. So now we'll put them on a board. Alright, so now we'll start boarding up this possum. I just use my coon boards. I'm sure they make special boards for possums, but they're not worth buying. They work just fine on your coon boards. But let's put them on, get them nice and straight here. Usually on the possums, the nose does not like to stay on, so you usually have to pin that down. So just put one pin right in the top of the board, right on the nose there. I'll pull them down. I'm going to put the pin in the bottom of the tail here first. You leave this tail, so you'll just pull that down. Put a couple pins in it because it's kind of wide. Put a pin in each side, make sure you got it fairly straight here. I'm going to trim this off because it wasn't real straight. I'll flip them over. We'll start working on the belly side here. So just pull these. These are the legs that you cut off. You'll pull those around nice and tight. Take a couple pins. Pull them down. You'll see the legs will form like two corners. You'll use the outside corner because you'll be trimming this up for the window. So pull them down. Pin that down. The same on this side. The inside, the outside corner, I mean. Put those pins in. So now we got those two pins in. Now you see this extra stuff, and this is the pouch here. We'll start right above the pouch, and we'll make our window all down. So just reach my hand underneath here. I'll grab the top of the pouch here, start my knife, just like that. And I'll go all the way down right to the pin. Same on this side. Side is really thin. Doesn't take much to cut it. All right. So we got the window nicely cut out there. So now I'm going to trim these feet a little bit. They're a little long. Just trim them off a little bit. Trim this other one. I'll take my wedge, belly wedge, slip it under, go right out top of the mouth. Just like this. So now that possum's all done, all stretched up. Now he's ready to sell to your local buyer at the auction. Just hang him up for 4 days or so. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe.